Hi there, I am Aman and you're watching PTO classes. So, in this video, we are going to discuss the past tense. I have already discussed the tense in general and the first form of tense, that is present tense, and all its four forms, the present indefinite tense or the simple present tense, the present continuous tense, the present perfect tense, and the present perfect continuous tense. So in this video we are going to go ahead with past tense. I have already discussed the forms of verb with you in the previous video. You should go back and see the first part where the forms of verbs are. I think you must have noted down the forms of verb. So forms of verb are very important to study the tenses, and in this part of the lecture, this part of the chapter, the forms of verb will be helpful again. So without wasting time, let's start the past tense. So what is past tense? Past tense is the tense which denotes the action that has already happened in the past, that has already taken place. So when we are talking about some action that has completed, that has been in past, we use the past tense. And as all three tenses, past tense also have its four forms. So we will discuss the four forms one by one. So let's start. See, the first form of past tense is simple past tense or the past indefinite tense. So see the chart, the structures are there, the examples are there. So see how to form the past tense, how to frame the sentence in past tense. See, for the first the affirmative sentence, we put the subject, then here we are putting the second form of the verb. You are all aware with the forms of verb, I guess. The second form of read is read. So when we are having the sentence in the past tense, when we want to frame the sentence in past tense, we use the second form of the verb plus the object. So see, Priya read the novel. So here we see that first subject is there, then the verb second form, that is read, is there, and the object. So when the sentence we want to frame in the negative sense, we will just put not with it. The second form of the verb, the first form of the verb will come. This thing you should keep in mind, that the first form of the verb will be there in negative sentence. So in simple past tense or past indefinite tense, when we are framing a affirmative sentence, we will use the second form of the verb. But when the sentence is in negative sense, negative form, then the verb's form will be the first form. So see, first the subject, then did, then not, and then the first form of the verb, then the object. So Priya did not read a novel. Here the first form of the verb will be there, so it will be read. So Priya did not read a novel. Now coming to the interrogative sentence, here also we will use the first form of the verb. So this thing you should write down somewhere, that in simple past tense, only in the affirmative sentence we will use the second form of the verb, whereas in all other kinds of sentence, be it negative or interrogative, we will use the first form of the verb. See, interrogative sentence, first we will put did, then subject, then first form of the verb, then the object, and at last the most important thing, the question mark. So see, did Priya read the novel? Again the first form of the verb is there. Now see the other way of writing the interrogative sentence. See, first the interrogative word, what, where, how, when. So interrogative word plus did plus the subject, then the first form of the verb, then object, and at last the question mark. So what, the interrogative word, did Priya read? So again object will not be there because it is the interrogative word placed at the first part of our sentence. So what did Priya read? Now let's go ahead with the second form of past tense. Here we have the past continuous tense or the past progressive tense. So first let's see the example of the affirmative sentence. So here one thing you have to keep in mind, that when you're writing the sentence in past continuous tense, what is past continuous tense? When something has happened and is still we are talking about it. The past continuous tense. So in the past continuous tense, the past continuous tense expresses an action that was going on at some point in the past, as we can see the example, I was studying when my friend called on me. So you can see that past continuous tense expresses the action which was going on, which had not happened but which was going on. So it is in continuation. It has happened, but we are saying it in the continuous way. See example, first we will put the subject, then was or verb, then the first form of the verb, then the object, plus ing form of the first form of the verb, plus the object. So the thing that you have to keep in mind, you can make a note of it, that in past continuous tense we will always use the first form of the verb. So see, Priya was reading a novel. So Priya was reading a novel, subject plus was verb plus verb's first form plus ing plus the object. In negative, the only change that is going to take place is we will put not after was or were. So subject will come at the front. We will use subject, then was, were, then not, then first form of the verb, then ing plus object. So Priya was not reading a novel. In interrogative sentence, see, was, were plus subject plus verb's first form plus ing plus object and plus the question mark. So here like before, we have used do in the beginning, did in the beginning, and here we are using was or were in the beginning. Was the subject, then verb's first form, then object. So was Priya reading a novel? Now see the interrogative. The second way, the first thing we put is the interrogative word. What was Priya reading? Here again the first form of the verb. So it is clear, in the simple past tense we only use the second form of verb while writing the affirmative sentence, and all other forms, negative and interrogative, we will use the first form of the verb. While using the past continuous tense, we will put the first form of the verb in any kind of sentence. Now coming to the third kind of past tense, the past perfect tense. So what is past perfect tense? Past perfect tense expresses an action which had been completed before another was begin. So we will always use this type of sentence when we want to express some action which had been completed before another began. So we will show some action that has completed before the other is beginning. So see, one condition is also there, that past perfect tense is not used for a single action in the past except when there are such word as already, before, till, then, etc. See, for example, I had not seen Bombay before this. So we are using past perfect tense, but we are putting before in the sentence. So whenever we are using the past perfect tense, we are using it to compare two situations. We are expressing some action which had been completed before another began. So see the past perfect tense. In past perfect tense, one note you can put in your notebook while writing the past perfect tense, that it is always using the third form of the verb. So see, first you will see the affirmative sentence. You will have the subject, then you will have had. So in the present tense we have seen we were putting has, and now we will put had. So subject plus had plus third form of the verb plus the object. Priya had, what will come? Read the novel. In case if Priya was writing something, so we would have used Priya had written the novel. The third form of write is written. Write, wrote, written. So we are using read here because reads third form is also read. Second and third form both are read. So see, Priya had read the novel. Now negative sentence, subject plus had plus not plus verbs third form plus object. So the change is there that not is used after had. So Priya had not read the novel. Priya had not written the novel. Okay, got it? So now see the interrogative one. Had plus subject plus third form of the verb plus object plus question mark. So see, now had will come at the beginning. Had Priya read the novel? Now see the second way. We will put the interrogative word at the beginning. What had Priya read? So interrogative word plus had plus third form of the plus subject plus third form of the verb plus the object, and again the very essential question mark. So you will again make these charts in your notebook like you have done with present tense, and you will you can mention the notes that I am giving you that in the past perfect tense we will always use third form of the verb. In the past continuous tense we will always use first form of the verb. In the simple past tense, bearing the affirmative sentence, in all other type of sentences we will use the first form, and in affirmative sentence we will use the second form of the verb in simple past tense. So it is clear. You will note down the chart in your notebook. You will draw the chart in the notebook, and you will do the exercises that I am going to send you. Now let's see the last part of our past tense. See, the first affirmative sentence we will put the subject at the beginning. Subject plus had. Now what is the change here? We will use been. So subject plus had plus been plus what? Plus ing, because it is in continuation. So plus ing plus object plus for plus the time. So the important thing that is there, that is difference between the continuous tense, the past continuous tense, and past perfect continuous tense is that we use time at the last, for, since, and time. So this is the difference between past continuous and past perfect continuous tense. So first we will put the subject, then had, then been, then verbs first form, then ing, and the object. And the change here is that we will put for or since plus the time. So got it? So see, Priya had been reading a novel for an hour. Again you can put a note in your past perfect continuous tense that always we will use the first form of the verb, and we will use for, since, and the time. We will show the time also because it is in perfect form and it is in continuation. So see, Priya had been reading a novel for an hour. Now see the negative. What is the change here? We will use not. Here I have missed the word been here, but you will use not before using been. So subject plus had plus not plus been plus verbs first form plus ing plus object plus for, since, and the time. So please do remember while writing your notes, while drawing the chart, that what you have to do, you have to put been after not. Okay, I have missed it in the slide, but you should not do so. So got it? So see, Priya had not been reading a novel for an hour. Now see the interrogative part. Had plus subject plus verbs plus been plus verbs first form plus ing plus object plus for since plus time. So see the change that is there in the interrogative one is we will put had at the beginning, and everything else is same. So had Priya been reading a novel for an hour? Now other way, we will put the interrogative word at the beginning. So what had Priya been reading for an hour? So clear how to do the interrogative sentence in past perfect continuous tense. So this way you will draw the chart in your notebook and you will do the exercises that I will send you. And one very important thing, you should read these forms thoroughly. Don't just write the forms in your notebook. Don't just make a chart, but go through it very carefully. Read it thoroughly. You must learn it by heart. So see, it was the past perfect continuous tense. So what you will do, you will make the charts and you will do the exercises that I will send you later. So I hope you have understood the past tense. Now in the next part of the video, in the last concluding part of your tenses, I am going to send you the future tense, and you will again make the chart and you will do some exercises from future tense. So thank you so much for watching the video. Do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and wait for the next videos. Thank you so much.